recent running of the 2026 Champions Winter Trophy saw a field of over 150 drivers head to the east part of Belgium. Located amidst the lush and beautiful Limburg countryside is the home of champions, Karting Genk. Established back by the Lemmens family in the 1980s, it now has evolved to the circuit you see here. Located around a 15 to 20 minute drive from the Dutch border, this circuit is part of a great cultural atmosphere here in this particular nation. The circuit itself, just off of the main Europalaan, runs clockwise, measures 1,360 metres, and over the three sectors that this circuit has, the drivers will have to negotiate a variety of 11 total different corners around every single lap. The 2026 Champions Winter Trophy would see 34 of the youngest drivers of the Rotax racing family in action, Mini-Max and Mini-Max Rookie. Quite packed field for this one-off event at the home of champions. As always, qualifying is a fast and furious affair, with every single driver putting every ounce of their strength, both mentally and physically, to set the fastest lap time possible. But coming out on top was Strawberry Racing's number 137, the UK's Sebastian Behrman, taking overall pole position. As the engines fired up for heat number 1, drama struck Harris Barber from Strawberry Racing in the 112, with his Rotax engine refusing to fire up as the youngster in the 112 would slam his steering wheel in frustration. Meantime, the race got underway as Sebastian Behrman led the field into turn 1, closely followed by the likes of James Roots, Jackson Hilton, and of course Dams Racing's Dejan Habits. Cian Hay in the number 68 was one of the top leading mini rookies, as he was fighting at the sharp end of the field, having qualified P2 overall on Saturday. Chloe Sorensen in the number 7 would find herself sitting on the sidelines as her one racing number 7 kart would fail on her during the race. Further battles would embroil, as we would see the likes of Jackson Hilton, Ivan Yanisevich, and also James Roots battling away for glory. But at the end of the opening heat of the weekend, it would see one driver emerge victorious. That would be Strawberry Racing's Eddie Duncan in the 157. Heat 2 would get underway as the field would once again make itself full wide heading into turn 1. Dejan Habits going to the outside of Cian Hay on the opening tour and challenging Sebastian Behrman, getting into the lead at turn 2. Cian Hay would definitely find himself in very deep water, but still the Dane would try his very best. There were some moments with some spins, including the 151 Julius Krabau from Kraft Motorsport. Meantime, some other drivers, including Denmark's Conrad Doyle from KR Sports, would get themselves in the mix and get their elbows out, as there were fast and furious and close quarter battles all the way through the second heat of the weekend. Meantime, it was going to be the way of Dejan Habits that would take the victory in the 131 for Dams Racing for heat number 2. And with the roar of Rotax power, the third and final heat would get underway here at the home of champions. With once again, Day and Habits looking to the outside of turn number 1, trying to go through on Kian Hay and Jackson Hilton, as Sebastian Behrman led the field into turn number 2. Kian Hay this time would be fully charged up, as we saw great late lunges, close wheel-to-wheel battles, and maybe a few contretemps along the way. Great racecraft and driving skill was in full effect and in full plain sight, but some drivers like Ivan Janisevich from Croatia would stumble along the way. However, it would be 3 winners from 3 different heats, as pole sitter Sebastian Behrman would control proceedings to win Heat 3. With the sunshine still beaming down on the home of champions, everything would get underway for the super heats ahead of the final. And at this point, a lengthier race, more strategy being needed, it would put the drivers under significant pressure to perform. Eddie Duncan would definitely showcase his prowess with some great slipstreaming, and also there were some great overtakes at the end of the Europolan at turn 6 and also into turn 1. A little bit more of a frost and a bite to the air here in the Limburg region of Belgium. Some more contretemps and a few disagreements along the way would be part and parcel of the story. Another driver making her way up the order would be Maria Roberto, as drama would hit one of our Dan Holland racing drivers, which would be James Roots. And also more incidents heading through into Cafe Corner at turn 10. And still some drivers getting frustrated, but one driver kept his cool. That was Sebastian Behrman, the winner of our superheat. And it was one more race to decide the Mini and Mini Rookie Champions Winter Trophy winners as the lights went out for the final time. Sebastian Behrman would hold on to the lead initially, but would be chased down by August Lingzo from Dams Racing and his teammates Day and Habits. A few sideways moments, especially from the likes of Sebastian Behrman, who would find himself falling a little bit further down the order, but it was the Belgian and the Dane up front that were really captivating the audience. James Roots was also getting stuck in with his elbows out from time to time, with a great move here on the Dane through turn 5. Behrman and also Habits would be in the mix for this. And it was side by side for the briefest of moments as Habit would overtake Ligaso for the race lead. And then the 2 Dams Racing drivers would pull away into the distance, but Day and Habits would take the spoils here in the Champions Winter Trophy in Minimax with a very jubilant August Lingzo in second place, leading home a Dams Racing 1-2. Arlo Gamble would take the win ahead of Instagram superstar Zane Sofoglu, with the number 99 of Arthur Bowers rounding out the top 3. Day and Habits, August Lingzo and James Roots would be the top 3 in the Minimax division here at the Champions Winter Trophy for 2026. And as the snow fell, the drivers would receive their trophies here at the home of champions, with smiles for miles for everyone involved here this weekend. Day and Habits picking up a brand new set of Mojo tyres for his victory here overall.